on the left and Thomas Wilson on the right. I mean, shot not very impressive. The jump was very impressive, and we see the athleticism on full display on point one. And I'm not going to lie, Michelle, if my arm looked like that, I would roll up my sleeve as well. Unfortunately, it does not.
What do you mean? Athletic play from Alshon. Wilson was there for the crash. What do you think about this partnership, Christian Alshon and Thomas Wilson?
Oh, they're both freaks, so it has all the potential to go very deep into this draw. But like I said, it's new, so they have to figure out some things as well. Nice job from Jay. And his power and his offense from the kitchen line has really stepped up recently. And from the left side, just so important. Ball out wide. Thomas was there, but unfortunately toe on the kitchen line.
2-0-2.
Ooh, that's a good look from Alshon. It does just miss wide, but he had Pat Smith fooled with that forehand speed up attempt.
3-0-2.
Nice job from Christian stepping over to his left and pushing that forehand inside out, catching Jay Devilliers transitioning forward. Pat Smith looking for the very aggressive dink out wide. Not sure if the risk reward there is there when Thomas Wilson is your opponent cross court from you.
Very compact stroke on the backhand for Pat Smith.
Yeah, and compact and powerful. Not many players have that combination, but Pat Smith does.
How does any power generate from next to no motion of the no?
Nice offense from the kitchen line, catching Thomas Wilson in transition. And the boys from Wichita on the far end can really put a lot of pressure with their physicality. Reach into the kitchen, take the time away from their opponents, take a lot of balls out of the air from the kitchen, which is just so important.
3-1-2.
There's that offense from Jay Devilliers. Christian Alshon was able to weather one, not two.
4-1-2.
And not surprising to see Alshon and Thomas Wilson kind of moving fluidly from right to left. Both have good capabilities on both sides. I would have to expect for Jay to end up on the right. This match would have to get out of hand from a score perspective. I think Pat hit the ball too hard. So he hits that overhead so hard, he's not able to get back to the kitchen line.
2-4-2.
Jay kind of putting his hand out to his partner, Pat Smith, saying, I probably took a little too much court on that previous shot. And that's fine to do from the left side, especially for these two, but there's always a threshold that you can't go over. Jay gets a little excited sometimes, and when you move that well, Hard to blame him too much.
Four, three, one. Second serve.
That's a couple drive attempts up the line from Pat Smith early in game one.
4-3-2.
High risk, high reward shot. I'd like to see him play more cross quarter to the middle.
Right.
The powerful hands are definitely there. And one of the reasons why driving cross court and middle is so good, because you get to utilize your partner who can pick a ball off and possibly poach and look for offense.
Oh my, Jay Devilliers. What a snag.
What a shot from Jay. Everyone, including Christian Alshon, thought he was going to go around the post. He pulls it back to the middle of the court. Just perfect decision from Jay Devilliers. Just relentless from the Flying Frenchman right now. He's got that look on his face, very locked in. He's got his buddy to his right, and they are off to a fantastic start in game one.
Yeah, 4-point lead for Smith SA Championships. Michelle McMahon and Adam Stone bringing you the call for this quarterfinal matchup in men's doubles. Pat Smith and Jay Devilliers dominant so far in game one. Good night from Thomas Wilson, and that is his capability there with the forehand in the middle.
Yeah, put away power, ridiculous from him. We love to talk about it because it's just such a true statement. And a nice setup
3-7-1.
from the right-sided Christian Alshon. Back over to the left now.
Right.
That is a fantastic cover from Thomas Wilson with an improved two-handed backhand in the middle. Love the move from Pat Smith. You just got to tip your cap
4-7-1.
to Thomas.
Right.
There's unwinding the stack. Pat Smith very late getting to his spot. It's tough to go from the left side to the right side kitchen, especially with the good serves and drives of Alshon and Thomas Wilson. And the tides have turned. 1-point game.
Timeout receiving team 6-7-1.
As soon as there is an opportunity, take it.
6-7-1. Right.
Yeah, and even though that was Jay Devilliers missing the first volley, he was trying to protect his partner, Pat Smith, unwinding the stack. So more confusion in that regard.
Right.
What a combination. It's one forehand to the other, a setup and then a put away. And here we go.
My goodness.
Second
The
serve.
counter from Jay Devilliers and the Pat Smith overhead. Wow. And not shocking to see after the unwinding the stack trouble, Pat Smith on the left side. I said it would have to be a big issue for that to happen. And, you know, the missed first volleys are a good reason to do that. Christian Alshon was engaged. I like his movement after the initial speed up to come in front of Thomas Wilson. Hands just too good from Jay Devilliers.
Second serve.
That's a nice spot from Thomas Wilson. And I think if both Devilliers and Smith are in the mid-court or the back-court, I would look for them to target Pat Smith.
Right out. Nine, 7-1. Second serve.
And Thomas Wilson going to the crouch position to try to will that ball over. Couldn't do it, though.
9-7-2. Point.
What a roll drop from Christian Alshon, forcing Pat Smith into a very tough shot. Couldn't come up with it.
10-7-2.
Oh, he got it. Oh, jeez. Not, this is Thomas Wilson.
Well, couple points ago, he's in the crouch position. Now he takes now he takes a knee.
7-10-1. Second serve.
Really picking up steam, Alshon and Wilson. Slow start to this game, but the power has really been on full display lately. No deception there from Christian. He just lets it fly. And when your opponent is a few feet off the kitchen line, that is a completely fine thing to do.
Pat Smith hops the corner. Crucial holds, and another game point for Alshon and Wilson.
10-7-2. Point game, 11-7. Good job.
Game one sealed.
Yeah, that's just the offensive early, and I expect more. And right on cue, perfect way to start with the drive from Alshon. Little mini firefight and point on the board early.
1-0-2.
Hello, Christian Alshon in the middle.
Yeah, it's a barrage right now, and I think they've even tried to slow it down a bit. Smith and Devilliers, just no chance to right now.
Point.
Real frustration there from Pat Smith, as that was a pretty routine shot that caught the net.
3-0-2. Point. Timeout receiving team 4-0-2.
This ball is flying right now, Michelle, from the boys on the far end. And
the official ball of the PPA Tour.
Devilliers.
And a very fiery team. So some real pump up there between him and his partner, and they're going to need more of that energy. Yeah, so a two-handed backhand from Jay Devilliers, and then Pat Smith gets in on the action with a two-hander of his own.
1-4-1.
Okay, boys, I was worried about you guys after that 4-0 start. And that's the key right now, early offense. Whoever is finding a ball to be aggressive with early is winning the point flat out.
It's just such a part of the way that Smith and Devilliers love to play, too. An aggressive style.
2-4-2.
Wilson on cleanup duty in the middle.
Yeah, and Jay Devilliers, he will, of course, he does like to play aggressive, but he can get into some dink grinding. Pat Smith has never been a big fan of extended dink rallies.
Second serve. 4-2-2.
Nice return from Jay Devilliers. Christian Alshon couldn't come up with the footwork he needed to complete that forehand drop.
Second serve.
I mean, trigger pulled, I think it's 80-85% winning percentage for the player that pulls the trigger first.
Oh, Christian Alshon sneaks it through the middle.
Yeah.
Athletic play.
Yeah, if that ball floats up at all, Christian Alshon has the ability to jump the corner like he did right there. Nice luxury to have. And that was the, of course, fantastic drive from Thomas Wilson, but that is the court positioning squeeze of Christian Alshon that created that first volley error.
Second serve.
Thomas getting a little too big on his swing that time.
5-2-2.
A couple times now, Alshon really looking for the forehand and not finding the proper contact point. His forehand is such a weapon, but at the same time, you got to keep that good balance and that good footwork to not have those errors sprinkled in.
2-5-1.
Quality offense from Pat Smith. And Jay Devilliers just so smooth on those ATP around the post attempts.
3-5-1.
Great footwork and great balance. Patience as well.
Back within one.
Yeah, and what I mean by patience on the around the post attempt is letting that ball travel as far as possible to give you the best angle.
Alshon couldn't get out of the way. Devilliers gets another point to tie it at 5. And
Time in. 5-5-1.
I think Thomas Wilson faked himself out, did a bit of the Cobra where he waved the paddle before he hit through the zone. And you fake your opponents out and yourself as well sometimes. Yeah, that's a good pull from Christian Alshon. That ball bouncing, of course, but sitting up enough for him to be aggressive.
Thomas Wilson so forceful with the forehand punch.
Yeah, and his partner also went to that scorpion position, meaning he just kind of had the paddle above his head to defend the speed up from Jay Devilliers.
Miscommunication, it seemed, on the side of Wilson and Alshon.
Yeah, interesting point. And a really nice dig from Pat Smith, who was moving forward right at his feet, and Jay Devilliers with a nice alley, letting that ball go long.
This connection from Pat Smith and the big drive of Alshon to tie it at 6.
I mean, the firepower of all 4 forehands on court is nuts. And we see another one from Thomas Wilson just wide. And Pat Smith has to find a way to get to the kitchen for those first volleys. put a little air underneath your return, anything to do to get to the line.
Oh, sneak attack on the whiff.
Yeah, and that's really tough break because Pat Smith had Christian Alshon looking for the Ernie, so he made a great decision to go up the middle. They just caught the tape and sat up, and that's night-night when that happens. That's a couple times now. And Alshon is on the left, sitting heavy forehand, and Devilliers has found his body twice now. I mean, I thought it was going out, and Alshon did too. He kind of got a little hesitation there, and then by the time he swung through the zone, he was off balance. And Alshon putting the hand out, saying, sorry, I clipped the tape. Not sure how sorry he is, but
there's Pat Smith answering the forehand counter right at the kitchen.
yeah, good put away power. Ball sat up shoulder level, and he did a nice job of not only hitting through, but hitting down.
Oh my goodness. Add that to the highlight reel for Pat Smith.
Yeah, what a cover on the previous ball from Pat Smith, because Devilliers was done, even though they're up one and they have the ball in their paddle to force game 3.
On a 2 here. Ooh, nice. Down the line winner for Thomas Wilson.
What a point. Hectic, scrambling, early and in the heart of the point, and what a deceptive shot up the line from Thomas Wilson. And Christian Alshon looking down at the court like it might have taken a funky bounce.
8-9-2.
Oh no,
Yeah.
missed opportunity.
And that's just kind of a bit of the carryover. I think he was frustrated with himself to not convert that forehand drop, and it just leaked over to his serve. Yeah, that's a great pull. Nice 2-shot combination. As that ball, it sat up a little bit, but it didn't sit up a lot. So that's a nice job of creating something from Christian Alshon.
All right, quick holds for Wilson. Oh, excuse me. That ball was just missed, and a game point here for Smith and Devilliers.
10-8-2.
Into the net.
I love watching Pat Smith. He's so animated out there, positive, negative, yelling stuff in German, just all kinds of good stuff from Pat Smith. Fan favorite and player favorite as well.
And an impressive person. Still works a full-time job as well.
I mean, he could be #1 in the clubhouse, whatever you want to say. The players love him, and there's just no reason not to.
Oh my. Oh, Wilson with the fault. How did Christian Alshon hit that roll reset though, falling back?
Man. I mean, these guys are defending speed ups with Ernie's. That is just not something that I know anything about.
10-8-1.
Pat Smith closes out game 2 on the drive. We are going to 3 so far in gender doubles. 3 games, that is. So, X's and O's, Adam, give us the scoop. What gives in this matchup here in the 3rd game?
Drive and crash. If you happen to make it to the kitchen, speed up out of the air and speed up off the bounce. We're going to see unbelievable amount of offense. 2 quick drives from Pat Smith. 1 long from Alshon, 1 into the net. Just power, power, power. And the boys have plenty of it. But I believe that Alshon has got to shorten up that stroke on the first volley. The spin and pace from Pat Smith, too much for a big swing.
That was out. 1-2-1. Point.
And 0 extended rallies to start game 3.
2-2-1. Second serve.
And that would have been big trouble had it gone over, but it didn't. I think Jay Devilliers is very happy he didn't have to deal with that.
Oh.
I'm not sure if Jay knew that or not, or just whiffed, but tough. He's chuckling, so I think it might have just been a whiff, but a very unique point there. My goodness, Jay looking for the behind the back, but Alshon completely off the court and still pulling the trigger on the forehand side. Too much power. Pat Smith looking to dig that out with the 2-hander. Just pushed it long though.
Point. Three, two, one.
I'm struggling right now to know if this is not clean play or just the offense too good from these guys, because they are playing at a frantic pace. There's court positioning on first volley. 3rd time I've mentioned it, but such a big deal for Pat Smith. Got to get in there.
What can you do better to get in there?
Well, I talked about maybe putting some air underneath his return, even if it's going to be the difference in this match. And that's a couple now missed returns. And we're going to have an end change. And
final matchup. A lot of firepower in this one if you're just joining us. Wow, Christian Alshon just drops it inside the baseline. Smith thought it was long.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. I'm not sure if Alshon possibly mishit that, but from that position, very tough to keep it in. Good spin. But we'll see where they return here. Pat Smith has been having a lot of success with his drive. See if they try to work it over to Jay Devilliers.
Oh, athleticism on full display. Jay Devilliers, the flying Frenchman for the Ernie finish.
Well, he had to get the nickname somehow.
3-7-1.
Oh. Thomas Wilson can fly too.
Balance in the air is difficult. I was a little worried for him after he landed. with that awkward land, but looks like he's just fine.
4-7-1.
Oh, another to the highlight reel for Jay Devilliers on the Ernie. Oh my goodness.
Great
See,
Time in.
Thomas Wilson and
5-7-1.
Christian Alshon can find a halt to the momentum. Ooh, a clank of paddles in the middle.
Yeah, nice speed up from Thomas Wilson. And it's not a cop-out for me not giving much strategic analysis in this match. There just hasn't been much to talk about with the way these guys are playing.
Unreal defense from Pat Smith. Crucial hold.
But even when it doesn't work out, it's just full bore forward.
Well, this update from the draw, Hayden Patrickman and Callan Dawson on their way to the semifinals. Took down Deca Barr and DJ Young. Big win for them in the quarters.
It is a big win. Callan Dawson, been around forever. Love to see him advancing in the draw. Got a nice young offensive partner to help him out too. Man, things are moving quickly.
8-6-2.
Good pressure from Pat Smith right down at the feet of Alshon.
Yeah, the heaviest of hands. And it also helps when Pat Smith is at the kitchen line and Christian Alshon is several feet off of it. Almost no shot for Alshon with the power of Pat Smith. Yeah, that's a tough break. Good low drive with topspin, but clipping the tape and catching the body of Alshon.
Sneak attack from Alshon.
Unbelievable from that position. I don't blame Jay at all. I would have ran off the court too to try to let that ball go out, but it does not.
Can't close it there, and it is tied up 8 apiece. Pat Smith and Jay Devilliers in the closing stretch.
Yeah, and that speed up from Alshon initially was the exact same one, but Jay knew he had to hit it because the last one dropped in. Yes, and Alshon tagged off the tape a couple points ago, and he gives a tattoo over to Jay Devilliers this time.
8-8-1. Second serve.
Yeah, no chance for that ball to go over. He has such a great spin. I think he's going a little too flat on that forehand drive. Yeah, that's tough again off the tape. But that speed up, you can see the spin from Alshon. I would like to see him find that from the back of the court as well. When you go flat, your margin for error is very low.
That is clutch for Wilson.
10-8-2.
Christian Alshon on a 2 with a chance to close the match. Jay Devilliers steps in and survives. 1 match point saved. Can they close the 2-point gap to take it?
8-10-1. Second serve.
Again off the tape, but I mean, as soon as that ball drops in, everyone knows Alshon's going to speed that ball up, and he does.
8-10-2.
Jay Devilliers handcuffing Thomas Wilson, finishes it off, and it's A 1-point game.
Yeah, he kind of put it up into the shoulder area of Thomas Wilson. Couldn't put a good ball back in play. Yeah, that one was too juicy for Jay. Just sitting up there nicely. Unfortunately, had a bit of an overswing.
Match point back on the side of Alshon and Wilson. Match point number 3.
10-9-2.
Not yet. Devilliers and Smith survive a 3rd match point. Another chance to tie it.
9-10-1.
That's a great eye from Christian Alshon. Starting the fire with that forehand and letting that next ball sail long.
Christian Alshon storms the middle and gets the serve back.
I mean, just no deception, no point construction. Let's just go, boys.
It's a fun style to watch, that's for sure. Match point number 4, and Thomas Wilson and Christian Alshon are moving on to the semis. What a match, what a quarterfinal. What a quarterfinal it was. Christian Alshon and Thomas Wilson survived and thrived in 3 games with a win over Pat Smith and Jay Devilliers. So on to the semifinals they go with a meetup with Colin Johns and Matt Wright. Michelle McMahon here with you. And now Thomas and Christian join us on Humana Championship Court to discuss the big win. Thomas, it took 4 match points to take down Jay and Pat. They were not going down easy and without a fight. What gave you guys leverage down the stretch to close this one out?
I don't know if you saw, but I don't think we hit 1 third shot drop the entire match. Okay.
We loved it. It was great.
We were just like, look, this is what's happening. We continued firing and just took our chances. We knew that it would take us a couple potentially because, you know, the match was just, the momentum shifted so many times. So we were just like, well, we hope it ends up on our end. So we just kept swinging away and it fell our way. So that was a ton of fun playing Pat and Jay. Awesome class act guys, so had a blast out there.
And Christian, how were you able to mentally persevere through the ups and downs of all the drives and crashing throughout this match?
Just grip it and rip it. I mean, it's so hard when you can't play soft sometimes and you just got to be crazy because you don't know what's going to happen. You're going to hit the drive, you're going to run in, you're going to just try and be big, be aggressive, and be a little chaotic, and that's what you got to do in an indoor facility, and we got away with it barely.
Yeah, it was a fun one to watch. Chaos is a good word to describe that one. Thomas, you have a chance at 2 gold medals if your semifinal goes well later on. No easy matches here. You got Colin Johns and Matt Wright up next, but it's been a crazy few weeks for you, juggling partnerships now. How did you and Christian come together, and what's special about this partnership?
I don't know if you've seen this guy before, but you just look at him, you just want him to be your partner. So, no, I asked him a few weeks ago. Riley couldn't make this one before things changed. So, yeah, super excited to play with Christian. He's a freak out there, so we're having a blast firing away. So, different style of pickleball, but it's a lot of fun. So, we'll see how the next match goes. Colin and Matt are amazing guys, so we'll see.
And Christian, real quick from you, what do you admire most about Thomas Wilson's game and playing with him on the pickleball court?
Be nice.
I mean, well, I was not supposed to play this tournament, and then next thing I know, I get a text from Thomas Wilson, the Thomas Wilson. I'm like, all right, well, now I have no choice. I have to play it, and I'm thankful I did. So, man, this guy's an animal. He's bouncy, he's quick, he's got fast hands, and he can be everywhere.
Well, you guys are fun to watch, that's for sure. Thanks so much, and congratulations on the semifinal run. We'll have that much match later on here on Center Court. Guys, congrats.
Thank you.